Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the software iGuide and how that can help college students and graduates understanding the landscape of software and business tech as far as also getting jobs and projects. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to the softwareiGuide.com. And what the software iGuide is basically currently 2 pages. Each page is a 3-foot by 4-foot page that describes, like for an example, page 1 describes how the software industry works. And then here we can go to page 2, and page 2 is a business schematic of how a business at a high level works. And then it has software overlaid where that business process happens, and then so you have an idea of what all the software is used in every part of a business. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just go at a high level each one of these parts. I'm going to zoom in each one of these parts on the software iGuide. And so for example, we kind of can start here on the center here. It says how it works, who's it for, what to develop, how to learn it, and how to get a job. So from there you'll see there's dotted lines coming out of each one of these boxes, and you'll find that there's dotted lines going throughout this iGuide, just to give you an idea of the thought process and how a process flow should go. So I'm just going to go at a high level each one of these boxes here. So for example, you have a section for software as a professional. For example, why is why is it a good career? Why is it not a good career? A day in the life. You have salaries here. So basically explains to you the software profession. Here, this section, here's what and why to develop software. And then here's how to learn software. And another section here is business processes, what those are about. And in this section here, talking about projects. For example, project manager tools, project managers, project planning, Gantt charts. Okay, so another section here is decisions, how to make them. Okay, and here's another section is how to get a job in software. And again, there's a process flow here, and in all of these iGuides, they all have these little boxes, and we call these boxes iPortal cards. And an iPortal card is when you click on one, let's say you're basically drilling down into 50 plus resources that is specific to that niche subject. We're going to go and drill down one shortly on a specific skill set so you can tell, but that's what these boxes are. So when you look at this process, not only are you looking at a process, a flow, but you're also looking at a wealth of information on each one of these cards that you can drill into. Okay, so another section here is soft skills. You have soft skills, and there's plenty of those: negotiating, how to dress, meetings, video conference etiquette, etc. You have all these that you need to learn. Then another section is how to get a job with no experience. So basically, it goes through that process there. High levels, basically you have to do a lot of projects, free projects for other people, and do your own personal projects. So, but that's, it goes in detail in there. Okay, so let's go slide over to the center of this. And then in the center here, we have the front end. We have the internet network section, and we have a back-end web server, back-end services and API, and you have the database. So this is basically a simplistic high level, and each part of this has different software in the front end. For an example, you have Angular, React, Bootstrap, Vue, JavaScript, and you have different front ends. You have mobile applications, PC applications, Internet of Things, robotics, virtual reality, augmented reality, and biometric. You have different front ends that we're adding to in real time, but again, each one of these is an individual career. It's a software set and a career in itself. And again, we have here the web services, APIs, and we have database. all the types of database items here. You have data scientists, you have different types of SQL, Oracle, data architect, big data engineer. And again, each one of these is an iPortal card that you can drill down into. Another section here, you have infrastructure. Another section is your common stacks. Okay. And then let's slide over here a little bit to the left. And here we have the software development lifecycle. Quickly you have the ideation, design, you code, you build, you test, you release, deploy, operate, monitor, and then you repeat. Get better and repeat at it. Here you have management of projects, and you have DevOps. Then you have basically what a common software development team, the titles in each part. And here obviously you can scale depending on how big your company is. You can have fewer people or more people in each section. Okay, and I think we covered that side. Yep, we did. So let's slide over here to the top, the right to the top. And also, again, scattered throughout this iGuides, you have, for example, live help. So you can click on here and actually book a one-to-one live meeting with an individual. And again, they're scattered throughout the iGuide. So you always have access to that. Okay, so over here, this section is, okay, so who is software for? Generally speaking, most of the time it's for businesses. And so here's things about business. Here's your common business organization, the titles for, basically the CEO, the C-suite here, and then the different types of departments: human resources, IT department, accounting, legal, marketing, sales. Okay, and then here you have the users. Then you have the common business titles in order: the president, executive, vice presidents, directors, managers. Okay, and this just gives you an idea of how business is structured. Here you have all the types of industries that use software, and this gives you an idea of what type of industry that you want to drill down to. Software is a tool, but when combined with a specific industry, then that is really the power of an individual. You can become an expert, say, in health tech or educational, or sales, or robotic process automation. You have real estate, prop tech. So the idea here is that you're taking software and you're combining it with a specific industry, and that is a superpower in itself. So here it lists just industries, and again, each one of these cards allows you to drill down. You have insurance, video gaming, manufacturing, AR technology. So that section right there lists many different type of industries that use software. Okay, so here's another little box here that talks about sizes of companies. So it gives you an idea of the types of companies. You have smaller companies, medium, large, and each type of company has different benefits and cons to them, or challenges to them. But the idea is that they're all good. It just depends on where you kind of want to land. Okay, here's another section here: growth companies. Growth companies are basically startups and early stage companies. And here it explains to you, what that means, and also where you can find these companies. A lot of companies need software. That's what they're building. They're building software for to solve a specific problem in the world. Okay, so here, this right here explains the economy, how that works, because all the businesses, they're running in, within the economy. Okay, so high level, that was page 1 about the software industry. So here we're going to go slide down to page 2. Before we go to page 2, let's drill down on one of these iPortal cards, so you can have a sense of what each one of these cards are. And there are over about 800 cards on these 2 pages. Over 800 iPortal cards. So here we're going to go ahead and control click on one of these. Let's just take a React development, and when you click on it, a new tab will open up for that specific subject matter. So in here you have over 50 links of this specific subject matter. So you have a search list, you have news about it, you have a video list, you have an image list, you have blogs, podcasts, you have trends of this specific subject. Also, again, you have a link to live help. Now you have a learning section. how to learn this specific subject, either with videos or search lists, advanced techniques. You have roadmaps, and now you have another section of boot camps and courses you can take. You can find resources throughout the internet, Pluralsight, Udemy, Coursera, and in this section, you also have links to events, any events near you or virtual events. You have meetups. Here's another section, jobs. This is pretty much where the money is. And again, you have resources like Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn. You have links to recruiters on this. For an example, we can click on here, let's say Indeed, and it'll take you to React development and all the types of jobs that have the word, React development in it. And here's 35,000 of them. And obviously you can narrow it down to maybe the area or the, maybe the employer name, all these types of items that you can drill down and search for. So again, and then here's another section here, interview questions for that specific subject. You have social channels, you have your YouTube channels list, you have Discord, you have Reddit, Facebook groups, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn search lists. So you have all types of social channels and groups of people that you can connect with and learn more about the subject. Here in this section here, you have consulting. So here you're finding consulting companies for that specific niche subject. And then again, this is a good list for finding companies that are looking to hire for this pretty much all the time, because that's what they're doing. They're companies that are doing that specific subject matter. So for every one of these cards that are on the Software iGuide, you have an iLink page. That's what we call them, iLink pages, and they're basically the best resources on the internet for that specific subject. So again, you click on any other one. For an example, let's go to Angular. Angular is this one. So again, same thing, everything about this subject matter. So again, you have learning, you have courses, you have events, jobs, interview questions, social channels, consulting, and again, you have live help on every one of these. You're able to connect with, and make an appointment and have a one-to-one with an individual. Okay. So that's basically what an iPortal card is. Again, there's over 800 niche subjects on these two pages, and we're adding to them. So now let's cover the page 2 on the Software iGuide, and basically what that is the high-level process of how a business runs. Okay, and this has these pink circular numbers, and it's just a kind of a way to kind of navigate this just a little bit better. It just, you can move in and out throughout this entire schematic however you wish. So in business, you have they plan, so they define the opportunities, they plan the solutions, they execute the solutions, and they measure outcomes and they review. And you'll notice that next to each one of these types of tasks, there are software that align to that is next to it. So basically, you have processes, and then you have the software that is next to this business process. So for example, Plan Solutions, you have here, you have project management software, you have combat software, you have project information management software, enterprise architecture software. So you have all these types of, all these iPortal cards of a specific software next to the business process. So here, number 2, vendors. So again, you have vendor management software. A vendor is just like any other business, high level. Most have, or some have warehouses, sales and marketing, their operations, and then their physical store and web store. So you have vendors here. Number 3, you have partners, which again has the same thing, but you have different software. You have partner operation software, channel partner marketing software. So you have software that helps you with your partners, for a business's partners. Okay, so and then moving down here, you have the actual business itself. So here you have the business. You have a warehouse for the business. You have its operations. You have inputs and you have outputs. And along with those operations, you have these other categories. So you have IT operations, and you have IT software. Then you have data for your business, and then you have different data software. For example, machine learning operation software, decision intelligence, natural language processing, NLP software, OCR software, voice recognition software, image recognition. So different types of software in this data category. You have blockchain category. You have financial software. Okay. So again, each one of these software, these sections, again, you can drill down. Like for example, I'm drilling down to the accounting software, and again, you have same type of information on this. You have courses, you have events, you have jobs, all about this specific software. Okay, so all right, so let's go to the next section. You have now you have sales. So this you have a sales section here, and again, it's all software about sales. Then moving a little to the left, you have human resources. So I'm just going into an order of that. I'm just kind of floating around this iGuide based on these numbers. But any business person, or you can just go to the section that you need and drill down into that section. So you have human resources, you have remote work software, okay, and then you have operations. You have you're looking at kind of the front end of the store. You have the physical store, and you have a website. So here you have e-commerce software here, and then you have physical store, and you have foot traffic, for an example, location analytics software. Okay, and then your front end, you have to deliver your products and your services, and then so here you have products and services that you're delivering to the customer. Here you have services that you can deliver, and also digital services you can deliver to your customers. Okay, and again, you have the business process schematic, and then you have the software that iPortal cards for that specific subject that is overlaid on top of near that section. So here you have your customers, and we'll go all the way to the left here, and basically the customer's journey is discover, consider your products, engage with you, they buy, they use it, and then you nurture. That's kind of a high level customer journey. And in there you have your marketing section. So you have marketing software. And then you have different kinds of channels that you will talk to your customer with. These are event marketing, conventions, events, virtual events, webinars. You have paid, you have content marketing, you have email marketing, mobile marketing, text. You have all these types of software and channels of blogging, influence marketing, and each one of these has software that will help you with that part of your business. Then we come over here and we have customer communications. So this is actually the tools that you will use to communicate with a customer. So you have email, you have texting, you have chatting, you have actual telephone, voice over IP, you have video, live streaming, virtual reality. So you have all these types of software that you can drill down to that your customers use to connect with you. And then here we have a section of Customer Plus, which are just additional types of software that you can use with your customers. And again, like I said, it's live help is peppered throughout this iGuide. Now we can go into here's what we call a custom white space. And what a white space really, what we're talking about is you see these specific software, but if you notice, there is white space between all of these types of software and these groups of software. Well, the white space really is the opportunity and what makes usually companies unique in themselves. So what white space is the opportunity to connect, let's say for an example, this software, digital experience monitoring software, say with your human resource. I mean, I don't know why you would want to do that, but let's just say if you did, you can do it by API calls and custom programming. And you can also add, let's say for an example, decision making or AI, artificial intelligence, and something that would help your employees in a specific, let's say in accounting or legal. But that's white space. So you'll have a specific software that maybe you'll talk to another part of the software, but between those two, that's the white space, and then that's the custom opportunity in whatever your whatever your business is. So that creates opportunity where a software programmer can create that software custom, or provide that to other companies in that space if it's big enough. So that's what this custom white space means. Then you have security section here, and then you have investors. So you have merger and acquisitions management system. You have different types of companies for company research, to find these startup companies, if you wish. At a high level, that's what Software iGuide is. It's a page 1 about the software industry, and page 2, it's business, the software that runs the business. That in each one of these iPortal cards are jobs and projects that are available to the college student and graduates. And this is in each one of these iPortal cards are links to resources, and the way that it's engineered, that each one of these resources, they're basically updated in real time. So for example, video documenting software, you click on here and it gives you the latest on that. The latest videos. It's a search result, and this search result changes to, it's real time. So whenever somebody came out with the latest videos on whatever you're looking for, you have that information there on your fingertips. So the gist of it is that it's designed not so much with specific information, but it's designed with linking to the latest information and the latest social groups and channels for that specific subject matter. So here you have, for example, Discord servers tagged with video editing. So this is all real-time updated. So that covers the explanation of the Software iGuide that college students can use. And again, this gives you both these pages gives you a fantastic idea of the landscape of what software and business tech is about, and it allows you to find the jobs and learn everything about very unique and specific niche subject matter. Okay, and again, if you ever have questions about anything, there's always live help that you can access. Okay, so that wraps up this summary. Okay, thanks a lot.